I'm gonna turn up the music.
to our amazing staff and teachers for all your hard work.
First, we will hear from our Executive Director, Pastor Sherry Gale.
Good evening. This is one of my favorite nights of the year, and extra special this year. It's been an amazing year. I could break down at any moment. If you see it, know that they are tears of joy, celebrating an amazing year of Freedom School here at Grace again, and it is beautiful to see so many people here and to know the support we have had of all the families, of our Grace family, of the amazing staff that we have for our Grace Freedom School. So I want to say thank you to all the families who have entrusted your young people with us for these 6 weeks. It's been a wonderful time of growth for all of us together. We give thanks to you and for your support throughout this time. To all of our Grace Church family, I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. To United Way and others who help make this possible, to Children's Defense Fund, we give great thanks. We are so glad you're here. I'm going to get out of the way and let these young people do what they do, which is inspire us that there is hope for the future. Amen?
But before we begin our first performance, can everybody please turn off their cell phones so we don't hear any noise? Okay. We will begin with the singing of Lift Every Voice performed by Miss and Liberty's Freedom Choir.
I'd like to encourage everyone to stand for the singing of the Black National Anthem. Please join us as we sing.
(1963), Birmingham, Alabama.
One warm spring night, my family went to church. We were there to have regular services. We were there to hear Dr. King speak. We were there to plan.
He wanted to raise an army of peaceful protesters to fight for freedom. His brown eyes flashed with fire and love. Dr. King told us the time had come to march. If I march, I will lose my job, sure enough. I can't march, I have a family to feed.
The weight of the world rested on our parents' shoulders, but this burden, this time, did not have to be theirs to bear.
I don't have a loss to fear, my brother said, or a job to lose. We can march. This time we'll be Dr. King's army, I said. I'll be fine, Mama.
Dr. King didn't like children being put in harm's way. He was a daddy too, after all. But he said that though we were young, we were not too young to want our freedom.
Let the children march, they will lead the way. On May 2nd, a sunny Thursday, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, cousins and friends, we all met at the church dressed in our best feet ready.
In a silence so loud that all I could hear was my racing heart, we began to walk. Hand in hand, we marched, so frightened, yet certain of what was right for freedom. Hate dogged my heels all that day. Its yellow canine teeth sharp, but courage walked by my side and kept me going.
It's first day you get jail.
The police shouted the first day.
This birthday you'll get wet.
The police shouted the second day.
This first day I released the dog.
The police shouted the third day. We did not disperse. We kept on marching. We wouldn't stop until things started to change.
Hundreds of us went to jail on the first day and even more on the second. My term wasn't until the third day.
Dr. King reassured our parents. Don't worry about your children, he said. They're going to be all right. Don't hold them back if they want to go to jail.
The for sale are doing a job not for only themselves, but for all men, for all America and for all mankind.
You better read for it.
I was still in jail when we heard that the next day and the next, more kids marched. The water hoses they used to sing us could not stop our fierce time. Turn the other cheek. We had been taught, show love where there is hate. The world watched as hate bruised us, but for 7 days we walked only in love.
Two days and nights I stayed in jail. Some stayed even longer. When I left, I was tired and sore, and my best dress was ripped, but my smile was as wide as the Mississippi River. I had made a difference.
I'm so proud of you. Your march is what made them see.
Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's the reach of my arms, the spin of my hips, the stride of my step, and the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenally and phenomenal. Woman, that's me. People help in our community. They make things better for you and me. They keep us healthy, safe, and clean. They coach us, feed us, teach us things that will one day help us be a big help in our community. Freedom School is a school, not only to learn, but to also have fun and make friends. This is a place where you won't get bullied at how you look, or if you're white or black, short or tall, or weak or strong. Because you are accepted for who you are. Bullying isn't allowed at Freedom School because that isn't Freedom School way. Everybody tries because they are important and they matter, and without them we wouldn't be the same.
When I was born, I was black. When I was sad, I was black. When I was hot, I was black. When I was sick, I was black. When I was scared, I was black. When he was born, he was pink. When he was sad, he was blue. When he was hot, he was red. When he was sick, he was green. When he was scared, he was yellow, and you called me colored.
It's crisis we don't want to be honest and say it's me, but instead we say it's they. We think we're going up, but we're going down. It feels like we're laying on the ground. You look at yourself in the mirror and ask, can you be strong up to the plate and also the past? You run until you're tired, but you're running for no reason at all. Instead, you should be standing tall. You're scared to be in the dark like the shadows of death, but if you repent, you shall be led in the light. You maybe don't feel good today, but the pain will go away one day.
The beauty of a woman is not in the clothes she wears, the figure that she carries, or the way she combs her hair. The beauty of a woman must be seen from her eyes because that is the doorway to her heart, the place where love resides. The beauty of a woman is not in a facial mode, but true beauty in a woman is reflected in her soul. It is the caring that she lovingly gives, the passion that she shows, and the beauty of a woman with passing years that only grows.
Millionaires spend their money to buy, oh my God.
Today is filled with anger, fueled by hidden hate, scared of being outcast, afraid of common fate. Today is built on tragedies, which no one wants to face, nightmares to humanity, and morally disgraced. Tonight is filled with rage, violence in the air, children bred with ruthlessness, because no one at home cares.
Tonight I lay my head down, but the pressure never stops, knowing that my sanity content when I'm dropped. But tomorrow I see change, a change to build anew, built on spirit, intent of heart, and ideas based on truth. Tomorrow I wake with second wind, and strong because I know I fought with all my heart to keep the dream alive.
Fight on, little children, fight on. You know what you're doing is right. Don't stop, keep straight ahead. You're just bound to win the fight. Many hardships there will be, many children have to face. But fight on, children, fight on. Soon we will take hardships' place.
Sometimes it's going to be hard, sometimes the light will dim, but don't get discouraged. Keep fighting through the chances seem slim. In the end, you and I know that one day the facts they'll face and realize we're human too. Freedom's taken slavery's place.
Coming up next is Miss Lawrence class performing a Freedom School rap.
Let me tell you about a place called Freedom School. We look to Harambe every day. We use our hands, we use our feet to make cookies, and we have fun while we play. And every day is exciting because we're learning new things that shape us, make us, or never to break us. And we use Freedom School.
The Freedom School is cool. I like to do Harambe. Now let's get started. The teachers are cool, and that's why I like it here. That's why I like it here. Drop the mic.
Wait, you get here every day. Learn to read and write.
Our history is not just defined by slavery. We want you to listen attentively. What we're about to say will make a difference in history. Queen Latifah was born March 18, 1970, in Newark, New Jersey. Her real name is Danae Elaine Owens. She got Latifah from her Muslim cousin. It means delicate and sensitive. Her first play was Wizard of Oz at her school. When she got in high school, she had a thing with singing and rapping, so she made a group with 2 other girls. She first became an actress in the 1990s. Her first film was by Spike Lee. She then continued her career on shows like Living Single and in movies. She first became a rapper. Her music sold more than 500,000 copies. She had her first Grammy Award in 1995 because of her single Unity. She has inspired many black women and men to follow their dreams. Queen Latifah.
Barack Obama was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, August 4th, 1961. When Barack was 2, his dad left, but in 1982, his dad died in a car crash. Then in 1995, his mom died from cancer. From attending Columbia University, Harvard Law School, Barack became a senator for Illinois. Later on in 2008, Barack became the 44th president, but the first black president. As Barack went further and further, Barack became better and better. Always remember, yes we can, Barack Obama.
Janet Jackson was one of the best-selling artists in contemporary music. She was the youngest in the Jackson family. Janet Jackson was born May 16, 1966. Janet Jackson was in a movie called Poetic Justice. She has been known as an inspiration among numerous performers. Janet is known for her uniqueness, sweet dance moves, and her beautiful voice. Janet Jackson.
Oprah Winfrey was born in Mississippi on January 29, 1954. Oprah's first name was Misspelled on her birth certificate, and she had been Oprah ever since. From the time Oprah was a small child, she grew up with her grandmother. She also was a gifted speaker. She launched the Oprah Winfrey Show, and she became one of the famous people in the country. Over 10 million people watch the show every day. Oprah also made a lot of money. Her show made $125 million the first year. She came a long way to become one of the richest women in the world. Oprah Winfrey.
Gabriella Douglas was born December 31st, 1995 in Virginia Beach. She was an American gymnastics performer. She competed with the U.S. Olympics in 2012. Gabby Douglas was the first person of African descent to become an all-around U.S. champion to win a gold medal. Gabrielle Douglas started gymnastics because her family was impressed how she was doing flips around the house. Her sister Ariel really inspired Gabby. Gabby is a very talented person, and she inspired and impressed a lot of people. Gabriella Douglas. Rosa's real name was Rosa Louis McCallie Parks. She was born February 4th, 1915. Her hometown was Tuskegee, Alabama. She died October 24, 2005. Rosa worked as a civil rights activist with the NAACP. Rosa is known for being the face of the 1955 bus boycott. That day, a white man boarded the bus. Black people had to sit in the back of the bus. White people sat in the front. But on December 1st, 1955, a white man came on the bus, but Rosa would not give up her seat. She is one brave woman, Rosa Parks.
is a 31-year-old African-American man who was the leading quarterback for the 49ers. Colin didn't stand for the national anthem in 2016. He said there are bodies in the street and people getting away with murder. He was adopted and raised by white parents. He lost his starting job last season. Colin Kaepernick was important because he stood up for black people and he was the only athlete to sacrifice his career. To him, it was bigger than football, and it would be selfish on his part to look the other way. Colin Kaepernick.
Tamir Rice was a 12-year-old black kid who was shot and killed by the police. Tamir was born in Cleveland, Ohio. When Tamir Rice was shot and killed, people were shocked by the fact he was 12 years old. He was shot because police saw Tamir carrying a pellet gun, a toy gun. Police officers thought he was a threat on November 22nd, 2014. This young boy like me lost his life, Tamir Rice.
Thank you, Ms. Tamara.
Hakuna Matata.
What a coincidence. I was just about to call Miss Tamara and Miss TJ's TNT Dance Company.
special, you're special too. Everyone is special. I know it's true when I look at you. I'm very special. You're special too. Everyone is special. I know it's true when I look at
for all your amazing hard work putting these performances together and for the amazing feats we all just witnessed. We now turn the time over to our site coordinator, Mr. Pablo.
The main thing I'm going to do is recognize the 6 adults who put so much effort over the past 6 weeks into the 50 scholars that are sitting over there and making sure that they have a good summer. So could I please have my fearless squad of SLIs join me on stage? Here's the thing about these young people, right? The challenge that they take on is hard to put in words. Let's start with national training. First off, well, the first thing they have to do is make it through an interview with Miss Humphrey. So that's the first feat. The second thing that they've done, they are put through a literal crash course in teaching and a full week of training down in Tennessee with about 2,000 other young people who are taking on the same task as them. Now, when I tell people my staff had to complete training where the days went from about 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock, they all think, oh, 4 hours. That's not a bad training day. But that's not the case. I mean 7 a.m. to 11 o'clock p.m. And I'm not exaggerating. I mean literally, they're up at 7, our first training session starts at 8, and we are at that training session until about 11 o'clock at night. And that's before we get back to the campus to debrief. And on nights where they had to prepare lessons, we were all up until about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning getting ready, and had to be up at 7 the next day. That's the crash course that they got, and that was just the beginning. They got to our site here at Grace and spent about an equal amount of time and even more effort in putting their rooms together. With some of you were able to see their rooms. You guys spent the past 6 weeks in their rooms, and they looked marvelous. And then there was the teaching itself. And I spent a lot of time in their classrooms, not to make sure that they were doing their job, because I could tell they were all going to do an amazing job, and Miss Humphrey wouldn't hire any scrubs. I spent time in their classroom because I loved seeing each and every one of them teach their scholars. The amount of effort and time they put into their lessons, making sure they had questions to go along with the book to keep the kids engaged, and every single activity just showcased all of the effort that these young people put into to this summer. So please, please give them a big round of applause and thanks for their hard work. I love it when you're teachers, but we have to go home at some point. We have to go home at some point, so let's keep going. I have a gift for each of them. For Miss Tamara, I can always count on her to finish that lesson, no matter how many snacks she has to keep or how late the kids get to lunch. For Miss TJ. I can count on Miss TJ's voice to be heard at every Freedom School around Ohio. For Miss Anukriti. We can count on Miss Anukriti for a lot of things. The main thing I can count on her for is a deep, philosophical, intellectual argument. With a 5-year-old. She does win the argument. She does win. For Coach Keith. Whenever we have the scholars missing, MIA, we're trying to find them, I can always count on them all to be piled on top of Coach Keith. Miss Michelle. I can count on Miss Michelle without fail, no matter. I know we're hyped. I can count on her no matter what a scholar does, and I mean no matter anything that a scholar does. She stays patient with them and still loves them. And Ms. Lauren. I can always count on Miss Lauren for a laugh, a snide remark, and in 40 years, a replacement for Miss Humphrey. One more round of applause for our amazing staff of SOS. Thank you. My bosses have recognized them. Miss Humphrey, Pastor Sherry, could you please join us on stage? scholars, you may not recognizing what a gift what I'm about to say is, and I'm not knocking other sites around here. I'm sure every Freedom School is a certain degree of, awesome. But not every site has their executive director and their project director come in every day. That does not happen. It happens here. Every single day. And that's all I have to say. My job is really not that difficult. Those 6 young people right there, they have the difficult job over the summer. My job is not that difficult at all, especially when they are so amazing. So thank you, parents, for entrusting your kids' lives and reading skills with us. They were in good hands this summer. Thank you.
We get better every year. And we owe that to Pablo. He is the most magnificent psychotherapist. If he would just learn to get organized. He is terrific, and he works so hard to make this program a success. And we just completed our 6th year, and again, we've had a wonderful year. I would like to acknowledge as well as give thanks to people that made this happen. First, I would like to thank my volunteer youth. Where are you? Stand up. Zoe, Eric, and I thank you for, could you all stand, those that are here from this is my church, Grace. Stand up. It's to recognize the support that the church has given us. I would like to also acknowledge some special people that are here. We have our district superintendent, Dr. Jocelyn Roper. Would you please stand up? Our number 1 funder, Susie from United Way, would you please stand up? I hope I haven't left anyone out, but I do want to thank all the grandparents, the parents, the cousins, the sisters and brothers, the next door neighbor, all that made an effort to get the kids here. We have had outstanding attendance, and it's all because